Hello and welcome to World Assembly Daily Highlights from Bella Bella in South Africa. It's going quickly. We're almost at the end of day 5 of the conference, which means we're already over halfway through our time together. But we've had another amazing day and we're here to catch you up on a few of the highlights and action of the day. Joining me today are 3 special guests, Joshua, Sarah and Saum. Thank you guys so much for coming. Joshua, could you start and tell us where you're from and what you do?
Yeah, I'm a full-time student and I'm from Montreal, Quebec, Canada.
Awesome. And what are you studying?
I study computer engineering.
Okay, so is this your first time to come to World Assembly?
It is my first time. It's quite amazing.
What have you been enjoying the most so far?
Yeah, I believe it's just hearing the different stories from different people, different nations, and hearing it from the source, being challenged by what they say and just listening.
So many encouraging stories day after day. You've been quite busy this morning. What were you up to?
Yeah, I was one of 3 student speakers for this national day. Yeah.
Okay, and can you give our viewers a brief summary of what you were talking about?
Yeah, totally. I spoke about Luke chapter 9 verses 18 to 26, where Jesus tells us what it means to follow him. And it means to follow Jesus, a king who is faithful unto death, and that means suffering opposition and persecution, maybe even death.
Thank you. It was such an encouraging message, and I'd really recommend you go to our website, ifesworld.org, to listen to the whole thing, as well as the other 2 students who also shared from different passages in Luke 9. Sarah, lovely to have you with us. Sarah and I both work in the city of Oxford in the UK. Tell us what you do there, Sarah.
So I'm a staff worker with UCCF, which is the IFES movement in the UK, and I work with Oxford University.
Okay, awesome. Now UCCF have been using a material called Uncover all across the country. Can you tell us a bit more about that?
I love Uncover. Basically, the belief behind it is that God speaks powerfully through his word, but sometimes it's hard to get our non-believing friends into it. So Uncover is a resource that helps students who don't know Jesus to read the Bible and meet Jesus through his word. 6 to 8 secret Bible studies in a gospel.
And it's been very popular in the UK, but actually all over the world. How do you think it's been so effective?
I think partly what I was just saying, that actually often students really want to open the Bible with their friends, but they just are really daunted by the prospect of doing that. So it's a really easy way to get into the Bible with someone who doesn't know Jesus yet. I think also though, often students can spend a lot of time talking about really important philosophical questions and struggle to actually get to the person of who Jesus actually is. Uncover is a really helpful resource in just inviting people to look at who Jesus is and meet him for themselves.
Thank you. Well, IFES has supported the translation of Uncover into almost 30 different languages, including Chinese, Hebrew, Arabic, Indonesian, and many more. So if you'd like to find out more about that, then do check it out on our website, ifesworld.org. Saum, let's come to you. You are the General Secretary of a newly affiliated movement, the IFES movement in Myanmar.
Yes.
Can you tell us a bit about what the journey has been like to get to this point?
Yeah, this IFES journey has been very rough, I should say. To go for the beginning, the former regional secretary of South Asia region shared the vision of IFES and the student movement, the student ministry in the country. And since then, I'm very happy but I didn't think that I should be the one who initiate or who do the pioneering ministry. But I'm helping them, engaging people, key leaders, and key people to have a meeting and to share the vision. But after much prayer and for his intense invitation, I decided to do this important ministry. But at that time, we do not meet personally again, but he arranged for me to meet again in the last World Assembly in Mexico.
Yeah.
He arranged all my travel itineraries, and we are planning to meet to talk more specifically about the ministry, how to move forward. But suddenly he was passed away, and I was still stuck in the immigration, detained for 2 weeks. So my hope was gone. Turning upside down, and went back home
Yeah.
in frustration.
Yeah.
But God is very faithful, and at the time, my conviction is the one who started these things is He, and He will continue. He will carry it on to us or any people in our country. And God sent some people like OMF missionaries or CMS missionary or other people encouraging, praying for us. I heard that many IFES world is praying for us, even though we cannot meet personally.
We were.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it was a really difficult start, but what happened after that?
Yeah, to make it short, we are still praying and doing things as far as we can. And finally, we got a connection to IFES, Australian National Movement, and from there, Howard came to our country after a few years, and it's in 2016, and he provided governance training, and at the end of that governance training, the national movement was formally formed.
Amazing.
And they appointed me as the national director of this newborn movement.
Okay, and we loved celebrating with you last night as
Yeah.
the movement was affiliated to IFES.
Yeah,
Tell us one
it's
thing that we
great.
can be praying for the students in Myanmar.
Yeah, the Myanmar situation is still very dark. Even though the country has been transitioning to military dictatorship to democracy in recent years, but still military people are most powerful, and still the university campuses are very sensitive in politically, so we cannot have gathering in any campuses. So pray for this situation be getting better, that we can freely have things together in the campuses as well. And right now, every Saturday we have a meeting in my apartment, which is held by the IFES actually, and in our sitting room we meet together. So it's very small now,
quite a
so we
squeeze.
need a better place. So
Okay.
pray for us that.
Wonderful. Thanks so much for sharing.
Thank you.
That's all we've got time for today, I'm afraid. We won't be back tomorrow because tomorrow we all have the afternoon off, which is exciting. Does anyone have any good plans? Sarah, what are you going to be doing?
I'm going to the Bella Bella township, which I'm very excited about.
Wonderful. Joshua?
Me too.
Same?
To the
Okay.
township, yeah.
How about you, Som?
Yeah, I'm planning to go to safari to have some fellowship with animals. Thank you.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for joining us. We'll be back the day after tomorrow. But until then, bye-bye.
Bye.